All right, welcome to Guarantee News. Of course, my name is Garrett. As usual, if you're watching for a second, a minute, the entire video, I appreciate it. You could be watching anything in the world and you're watching me on Guarantee News. This is the first video I've made specifically for YouTube in a while, so this is going to be an exciting one. We're going to start doing more YouTube videos again. I've been on Twitch a while for like the last month or two, not been giving YouTube the attention that it deserves. And we'll talk about that at the end of the video, but let's get right into why you all came. You guys saw the video, you clicked on it. We're going to do the news, what we know so far about Spider-Man Brand New Day coming out on July 31st of 2026. All right, so Tom Holland is set to start filming Spider-Man Brand New Day 3 days ago on August 3rd, and ever since it's been announced that they started filming, there's been a lot of videos, a lot of everything coming out, so we're going to talk about that in this episode, right? First thing we're going to get to, Spider-Man Brand New Day will reportedly have a darker tone. It will be somewhat similar to the Amazing Spider-Man 2 or the Kraven's Last Hunt storyline from the comics. I'm excited about the darker tone. I'm excited about this movie. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is dark. That's like with Andrew Garfield, and then I can't think of her name, Gwen Stacy, she died at the end. She couldn't save, or Spider-Man couldn't save her. So that was a dark movie. The Kraven's Last Hunt storyline from the comics, I will say I never read those comics, but as I'm like starting to get older, I'm starting to like fall back in love with comics again, and like the movies that I'm seeing, I'm like going and watching the comics for them. Like I watched Superman, and I went and immediately looked at the comics those are based off of, ordered them, and I'm going to be reading those now. This Kraven's Last Hunt storyline sounds absolutely insane. Let's look into it. It's reportedly one of the best Spider-Man stories ever told. Let's look at this. Can you guys see this? And was originally published with Spider-Man, considered one of the greatest Spider-Man stories. Let's look at the story. I just want you guys to see just that part. Considered one of the greatest Spider-Man stories, which is crazy to me because Spider-Man is one of the best superheroes with one of the best stories, period. The best Spider-Man story I would think would be like top 10 comics of all time. That's just me shooting off the hip with saying that. So in the story, Spider-Man reflects on his own mortality after the deaths of Ned Leeds and common criminal acquaintance Joe Face. Having grown old and increasingly bitter at the thought of no longer being physically capable of the hunt, Kraven decides to settle things between him and his own nemesis. Kraven hunts down Spider-Man, shoots him with a rifle, and buries him. Kraven dresses as Spider-Man to prove himself superior at his adversary's former activities, thus shattering Spider-Man as the only foe to have ever bested him. And everybody's heard of Kraven. You know Kraven. If you watch any Spider-Man any show, Kraven's like a reoccurring character, a reoccurring villain. I think he's in the Sinister Six or some version of them. The city takes notice as Kraven brutalizes and kills criminals. Kraven culminates his crusade with the unarmed capture of the Cannibal Vermin, who Spider-Man needed the help of Captain America to beat. So this must be a very big villain. I'm not sure who he is. I'm not going to lie. After 2 weeks, Spider-Man revives from the effects of Kraven's bullet, a potent tranquilizer, and digs his way out of the grave. So this just sounds crazy. Spider-Man gets buried alive. Kraven is dressing up as Spider-Man and violently it sounds like a dark story. If this is going to be similar in that way in tone, I think that's going to make this movie very, very good. And then on top of that, I'm excited about this movie because Tom Holland was probably the best cast Spider-Man. It was so exciting when I saw him in Captain America Civil War. He just felt like Peter Parker perfectly. But he has the worst Spider-Man solo movies. I mean, everybody knows. I don't think you're going to disagree with me by saying Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is the best Spider-Man trilogy. Just watching the movies overall, there's so much fun. It's a comic book. It's a comic book on the screen, by far the best. The argument that you might have is if you think Andrew Garfield's are better. They're better Spider-Man movies. Tom Holland's the better Spider-Man character. I wasn't the biggest fan of the No Way Home trilogy. I just wasn't. And another thing about this movie that I'm excited about is that it's getting a new director, Spider-Man Brand New Day director. Destin Daniel Cretton. I'm sorry if I'm saying his name wrong. He's the director of Shang-Chi, which was one of the best Marvel movies to come out post-Endgame. So even that makes me excited. Let me look at Spider-Man. Let's see. No Way Home. Is that the... No. Is it Homecoming? Homecoming director. Spider-Man Homecoming director John Watts. I think he did all of them. No Way Home he directed. And no disrespect to John Watts, I'm just saying the solo Spider-Man, the home trilogy, my least favorite. The fact that they're getting a new director excites me, and the fact that with that new director, it's taking a darker tone. And keep in mind, I'm gonna read the Kraven's Last Hunt storyline. I might do like a part 2 or part 3 of this to just go back and talk about how that comic was and if it is as dark as they're making it seem. But the darker tone, the new director, all have me excited for this movie. Another thing that has me excited is Mark Ruffalo is going to be in it as the Hulk. Mark Ruffalo is returning to reprise the role of Bruce Banner, a.k.a. the Hulk, in the future, which comes 14 years after the actor joined the MCU. Very big Hulk in a Spider-Man movie. Hulk and Spider-Man, that relationship is big. Reading the comics, whether you watch the shows, you know that this is a good relationship. It's going to be interesting to see them interact. Then the Punisher will reportedly have new tools to handle bigger threats in Spider-Man Brand New Day. So the Punisher is going to be in it. I didn't watch the Punisher show. I should, and I probably will to prepare for this. But I am in Daredevil, the Netflix Daredevil character is absolutely amazing. He's going to have advanced technology to be able to fight with the Hulk, to be able to fight with Spider-Man. They're saying that this is like a street level Spider-Man movie where the No Way Home has had Iron Man. It's been like otherworldly, right? Big MCU Marvel, big picture. This is going to be more of a street level thing. He'll have a tank and advanced technology. Again, he'll need it. I'm excited to see the Punisher and Spider-Man interact, and I think they will be fighting. They will be beefing. Spider-Man, the Punisher, and the Hulk will all fight each other in Spider-Man Brand New Day. This is a post from Disgusting Film, right? Now, Twitter, what does it call? Like the Twitter notes or the X notes where you say something wrong. The quote stated in the article is speculative and unconfirmed by Sony or Marvel. The plot details are being kept under the vest, but you can bet that in the mighty Marvel manner, Spider-Man, Punisher, and Hulk will all fight one another. Sony and Marvel had no comments, so that's what they're guessing. I would say, and that's what the Hollywood, this is like the article. Let me see if it shows the article. Yeah, this is the Hollywood Reporter article that they're getting it from. And, you know, we always like to have sources. Yeah, right here. Shit, I didn't mean that happen. Come on. Yeah, but you can bet that in the mighty Marvel manner, Spider-Man, Punisher, and Hulk will all fight, but it's saying Sony had no comment. I don't see how they don't fight at some point before they figure out who the real villain is. The Hulk and Spider-Man, not sure. I'm almost sure that Spider-Man and the Punisher, like a kind of anti-hero, will definitely fight and then become friends. Will become, maybe Frank Castle will be like the new dad or father figure to Tony Stark. Who knows? The Hulk and all three of them fighting all at once, I don't know. The Hulk and Spider-Man fighting, don't know. Spider-Man and the Punisher, I'm sure of. I don't see how they don't fight, right? Even though, again, they're keeping the actual, like, the details of the movie, what the plot is going to be about, under wraps. I think that's a safe guess, right? Now, in more casting, Michael Mando is going to be playing the Scorpion, who's going to have a big role in the movie. Maybe the main villain, you would think so, but we don't know yet. And then he posted a picture of this like Spider-Man comic, of this Spider-Man Scorpion comics, and it's on his Instagram, which is making people believe this is what the suit's going to be. There's a lot of variations of the Scorpion suit if you've seen the comics. Even the new or not the comics, if you've seen the Spider-Man shows, any of them. Even the new Spider-Man show, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which is really good. You should watch that as well. But this is a comic accurate version of the costume, so I guess he's saying that's what it's going to be. Michael Mando, I guess he's in Michael. He's in Better Call Saul. I never watched Better Call Saul. I think I might start watching it. That's how excited I am for this movie. We just have a character that I guess is a really good actor. Now, keep in mind, he was in like an after credit scene in Spider-Man Homecoming, the first one, but you probably forgot about that. I kind of forgot about that. I'm going to have to go rewatch, right? But he's going to be in it. Comic accurate suit, right? And main villain, we don't know. Very important character, I think it says. Now, with new details or more casting details, Zendaya's role, remember, she's Mary Jane, and Spider-Man Brand New Day have reportedly been revealed. She won't be filming any scenes in Glasgow in the UK, which we'll get to in a second. It's a big scene. Everyone's been talking about it. But she plays an important role in the film despite not having a lot of screen time. She doesn't have a lot of screen time, but she has an important role. Speculation on that. I'm not going to give speculation now because as we keep getting more information, there's more information every week, every day. I'm going to update this in probably like a part 2, part 3 of Spider-Man Brand New Day, what we know so far, right? Now, with Zendaya not having a big role, Sadie Sink has been cast in Spider-Man 4. Sadie Sink from Stranger Things. I like her in Stranger Things. And she's in something else that I think I like too, but I can't remember what it is at the moment. But she's going to be cast in Spider-Man 4. The only thing is they don't know what role she's going to have yet. There's been conversations on her maybe being like some other version of Mary Jane. She has the red hair. Mary Jane in the comics, has red hair. I saw something that said she could be like Jean Grey from the X-Men. I don't know why she would be in this movie, but you never know with Marvel, with MCU, what they're going to be doing. I saw like another TikTok where it said that she's going to be like a NYPD cop. I don't know. We're not sure what role she's going to play, but it's a major role. And I'm going to assume that she's by a love interest of some sorts, because if you remember when Spider-Man No Way Home, or the last Spider-Man, where it had like Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in it, the fan fiction Spider-Man, not fan fiction, but what's it called? The fan service Spider-Man. At the end of it, everybody forgot who Spider-Man was, who Peter Parker was, including Zendaya and his friends. So he's letting them live their own lives. Maybe he's going to be watching Zendaya from like afar, her Mary Jane from afar, protecting her. That's what I thought I saw someone see, and I think that's a good guess, and I like that guess, as her role is like him protecting her, right? But who's gonna be the new love interest for this new Peter Parker, for this new Spider-Man movie? And I think Sadie Sink, whatever role she is, my guess is she's going to be a love interest, but I'll keep you updated with this as it comes out. Now the next thing, with the big conversation, when this even released that they were starting to film, it released with a video of Tom Holland walking out and showing himself as the new Spider-Man with the new Spider-Man suit. And this is a picture of him with the new suit. It's basically the same as Andrew Garfield's suit. Andrew Garfield Spider-Man suit. Pretty much the same as this, very old school. I like the way it looks. I won't lie. When I first saw the video that came out, that like the Spider-Man, the official Spider-Man account posted, I didn't like it. The more that I'm looking at it, the more that I'm seeing it, I actually really love it. I mean, all the Homecoming Spider-Man suits were like very, what's the word for it? Fancy, I guess, futuristic. They had the Stark tech, all of that stuff. Like, I got this article put up that was like showing all the Spider-Man suits from No Way Home, and in No Way Home he pretty much wore the ones that he wore in the first two of the Homecoming series. Like the red and black suit, I liked it. It just wasn't unique. I liked it. It was unique. It just wasn't regular Spider-Man. I like this suit. The Iron Spider suit, it was like, it's the Iron Spider suit. It's amazing to see the first time, but you don't want to see him in that 24/7, right? Same thing with this one. Amazing to see for like the scene that it was in. You don't want to see him in that all the time. This suit, clean. But, you know, this suit, I love it. At first I didn't like it, and I think it's because I'm used to seeing Tom Holland in these fancy Spider-Man suits. But as I just look at this suit, more pictures of it, I think I saved another one. Let me see. Like, yeah, this is him with the mask on. It looks good. It looks like old school Spider-Man, and it looks like street level Spider-Man, which is what this movie is supposed to be. At first, again, I wasn't sure of it. The more I watch it, the more I like it. Another interesting thing about the suit is how they have like the web shooters on the outside, how visible they are. That's interesting to me, and I'm wondering if the movie, there's some type of conversation about the web shooters and new web shooters, or if it's just a thing that happens. I think there will be some sort of conversation because they're so big and so noticeable. Like in the Andrew Garfield ones, you don't see it. In the Tobey Maguire ones, of course, you don't see it because in the original Tobey Maguire trilogy, he's like doing it from his hands. And on the Tobey Maguire, while we're on the topic of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man suit, he has the best Spider-Man suit. Just the way this looks, like this is just clean, like just the texture. The texture is the word I'm going to use. Best suit of the Spider-Mans, I just think by far, in my opinion, and best movies. I'm biased to the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, if you can't tell. But this suit is really good. I think it is the perfect fit for a street-level Spider-Man movie, right? Now, the next thing and the last thing we're talking about this is there's this big car chase scene that they're filming in Glasgow, England, UK. It's supposed to be obviously New York. That's where they're filming it. The scene looks crazy. Let's go back. Let's look at a couple of the videos from it. It's like a car chase scene. There's another video of, let's see, of like an explosion. You know, as I was initially seeing everything with this movie, there was things or seeing everything with the filming and the hype that they're doing, I was initially not the biggest fan of some of the things I was seeing. But as I'm doing research, as I'm looking more, I'm becoming a fan. I wasn't excited about the fact that we're seeing all these scenes and beforehand, right? Because I'm like, am I going to remember this scene when I see it in the movies? Is it going to spoil anything for me? That's absolute bullshit. I was crazy thinking that. I think I like seeing this. I will remember the scene, and I think it actually is cool to see this behind the scenes. And I think the scene is going to be awesome when we see it in the movies. But that is all I have so far. That's pretty much all the news that we have and all the facts that we have of Spider-Man Brand New Day that's going to be coming out in July. I'm excited for this movie. As we get more updates, I'm going to be continuing to give the updates, right? So this is just part 1. We're going to have part 2, 3, and 4 all the way until July of 2026. So be sure to subscribe to this YouTube, GS Studios, to get the newest Superman, really everything. I talk about everything on this channel, to be honest with you. That's GS Studios, and I'm 2 subscribers away, right, from 80 subscribers. So do me a favor so I can get to 80. I have like my own celebration I do every 10 subscribers. I've been at 70 for so long. It's crazy to think about. So if you're watching this and not already subscribed and you've watched till now, you might as well subscribe, right? Number 1. Number 2, if you want to see me live, I go live like 4 or 5 times a week. Follow me on Twitch, GS Studios, GSTEWDIOSS. I did the double S. The GS Studios with 1 S was taken on Twitch. And then also follow me on TikTok, Instagram, GS Studios, this GS Studios, GSTEWDIOS. I'm going to be posting new content specifically for TikTok and clips of my streams and videos, but specific content for TikTok. So you want to follow on TikTok for that there. But yeah, I'm excited about this movie. I hope it is a switch off from the Homecoming trilogy. I just hope it's better. I just don't know what my exact thing of like saying I hope it's better is going to be. What is that in the background? Is that like a light? Oh, that's the cord. Okay. I don't know what I think the better is or want the better to be, but I think it will be. And I'm excited about this movie. As we keep getting more facts, more everything on it, I'm going to be updating and giving more opinions on where I think this movie is going to go. All right. Thank you for watching. Again, subscribe. You guys have a great rest of your day and be safe.